What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's had a good start to their year so far. I mean, Bengals are coming out a winner on that last game right there. So ending the season on a win. Obviously, not the season that anybody that's a Bengals fan was hoping to have this year. But again, a lot of extenuating circumstances kind of fell into place that they got a lot of work to do in the offseason. There's going to be some decisions to be made, and who to keep, which guys that they're going to pay, I guess, if you want to say, and then, how they're going to go about building the rest of that roster. But going to be a pretty positive show today. Final game of the season. Obviously Cleveland did not play anybody in this game. It was pretty much Bengals versus practice squad and whoever the Browns could have picked up off the street recently. But that's how it is in some of these games. I've been a part of a couple of those games on both ends of it. And it's a game that the Bengals came out and they got what I think they needed to get out of it. One of the things that really stood out to me, obviously, and I was around the guy everybody knows that's watched this show, but Joe Mixon had a great day. Joe Mixon had 111 yards on 14 carries. For those of y'all that don't want to do the math, that is 7.9 yards a carry with a touchdown. One reception for a touchdown. Not a bad day. Chase Brown had 11 carries for 43 yards. That's a 3.9 average. One reception for 10 yards. So on the day, the rushing for the Bengals offense, 183 yards on 30 attempts. That's a 6.1 per rush average. Pretty good day, man. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I get it. They weren't playing a whole lot of people, but way to get that thing kind of rolling. So I am going to start off with a couple of areas of improvement, I guess, if you want to say, when we start looking at the offense. But so here we go. We're going to start out with the offense. Now, interception. On the first, this interception that Browning throws, you're going to see here, it's going to be Tyler Boyd's going to kind of run like this little cross here, and they're going to run that little slot fade that they always run, this little concept here. And what you'll see is really there's a pretty good sized void right there, a void for Boyd. See, that should be a shirt. Y'all should make that shirt. We got to find voids for Boyd. Tyler, I want a little bit of a kick of that. But pretty good play here by the safety. But if you'll see it from the end zone, just slightly overthrown. And you'll see here, I mean, again, you got 89 in the backfield, Sample in the backfield. It's going to be a pass. Obviously, this was 3rd and 4. But you can see, I mean, there's a big open area. It's a correct read. It's slightly overthrown. And, again, Cleveland made a good play there and interception. Now, a little past game stuff that I want to talk about. This is the play. Everybody keeps talking about this. Tanner Hudson's going to end up over here, and he's going to end up just waving his arms up and down. I mean, everybody see it. I mean, there's literally, when you say there's literally nobody on this half of the field, I mean, literally there's nobody on this half of the field. The problem you got is Browning's eyes are over here. Now, what you're going to say is, well, why didn't he look over here? Well, the read took him over here. So whatever the read was that they were reading took him to this side. And by the time he got back to him, I mean, could he have thrown that? Sure. He probably when he turned his head right here, he's probably like, you got to be kidding. That ain't right. There's got to be somebody standing somewhere over here. That's probably why he didn't throw it. And anyway, right here, he ends up throwing it away. But if you look at this from the end zone, you can see he looks back over here, but at this point, he's kind of doing that. Now, why is he so open? This is what's crazy about it. So you got these two guys covering these two guys, and he's covering him. It's man coverage, and you've got a double on Chase. Look, you can see they've got the free safety over here, because there's Chase right there. So you're going to send the whole group over there. Well, those two guys, somebody messed up, and they're both covering one guy. You don't get a guy that wide open at any level of football, much less the NFL. So. Oh, and by the way, is this a hold? I would say yeah, because he's got the back of his jersey right there, just barely. I mean, just barely got the back of his jersey and pulls him down. So most people are like, well, he just fell down. Well, he's kind of getting yanked down right there. So that, was that a ticky-tack call? Kind of. Now, this is what they call a free play. So what you're going to see is you see this D lineman right here. This D lineman's going to jump. This D lineman jumped. Well, they're off sides. So the center now knows I'm going to pull the trigger here and snap the ball. When that happens, free play usually means everybody runs deep. You can see that's what they're doing. And they have a major bust here. So it looks to me like he's supposed to be back in the middle of the field. Well, that guy's not back in the middle of the field. That guy's chilling somewhere down here looking like he's trying to play quarters when everybody else is playing cover 3. He should be back here, and he's not. Well, here comes Tyler Boyd running straight down the middle of the field. Now, Browning's got to make a better throw here, obviously. He gives him a better throw. I mean, I don't know if he scores, but if he puts his ball over the top where he can, somewhere in that range, but again, Tyler Boyd, I'm sure he's kicking himself, but he's got to make that catch right there. That's a big catch. But that's just called a free play. So when he jumps, they're probably not even, they're not even ready for it. So once they see the ball snapped and everybody knows here, we're all going to block our protection and everybody's running all go, and you're going to drop it in there. All right, next one. So this is 2-man. And when you're playing 2-man, you can see this guy here, he's got inside leverage. And when I say inside leverage, that means he's on that side of the receiver. So what he's going to do is he knows he's got help over the top outside like this. That's why he's playing inside leverage, because he knows he has help over the top outside of his alignment. Charlie Jones does a good job of stemming in and back out, and then he ends up coming right into this void right there. And it's pretty much that same route that they overthrew a couple of times earlier in the year. But, man, 2-man, stem in, go out, and then come right back inside. Make this guy go out because, look, you got this guy running deep, so he's got to respect that and then hit that thing right in the middle. This could have been an even better play. Now, I know they didn't know this was going to happen, but if you have Chase, which that's Chase right there, if Chase just runs deep right here, that guy's going to do that. And then this guy won't even be there because he's gonna go with Chase, I promise you. And that could have easily been a really, really big play. But again, really, it still is a really big play. And you can see right here, they're doing everything they can right here to help out the edges. Good job making a wall. Good job with protection. Really, protection was pretty good in this game. Now this is this last one here. This is going to be so if you watch Tyler Boyd's going to run in. He's going to do this, and you'll watch this guy run with him. See that guy run with him? That means man coverage. So they know right now this is man. And watch Chase. Chase is going to run like this. All right, and Yoshivas is going to run like this. It's like crisscross. And they're trying to run each other's guys into somebody. And you'll see right here, Yoshivas is kind of running. He's saying, I'm just going to run my route, but I'm going to try to take the guy covering Chase and try to pick him off. But he goes underneath. Well, watch Chase. Chase gets back on track right here and ends up, see how he doesn't really, he doesn't hit him. He doesn't block the guy, but he runs right into him. And again, here's your guy kind of falling off right here and knocking the ball out, but they call this a touchdown. But you can see this from this angle right here. See how they're trying to run. It's like we used to teach this, like you're in the shop or you're in the grocery store and you're pushing your buggy down that right there is a Southern term right now. Buggy, you're pushing your shopping cart right down in the middle of Kroger, and somebody's going by you and you're kind of like, you don't know which way to go. Well, they're trying to run those guys right past each other like that. And you want to almost low five. We used to teach this as like, you could low five each other right there if you want to. That's how close you're coming to each other to make these guys have to run around you or run into each other or whatever the case is. But that's a really good job of using that. I got Casey in the chat here. It's the first one I've seen. I'm sorry if I've missed any. Without knowing what practice is like for the rookie wide receivers, have you seen enough for them to feel confident and them taking a receiver? I think it depends on if you lose. If you lose one of the guys, if you lose Higgins, I think you got to go take something to replace him. I think if you re-sign Higgins, some of these other guys can take, Yoshivas. Trenton Irwin's done a heck of a job. I wouldn't say he's maybe a full-time starter, but he's a guy that you can put in there. But I think you need to keep an eye out for a guy to take the place of a Tyler Boyd somebody like that in the draft. It doesn't mean it has to be a first rounder. It does not mean that it's it's the first pick. But again, Tyler Boyd was a second or third rounder. Higgins was a second rounder. You can find really good receivers. Don't get me wrong. You can find good receivers. Puka Nacua, I don't know when he got drafted. If he even did, he might have been an undrafted guy or a really late guy. So he's about to be rookie of the year. So again, you can find them, but you got to do your work and you got to develop them. Now moving on to pass pro and sacks. A couple of these sacks are, I'm going to tell you what this is called a deep dagger, and you'll see what's happening here. He's going to end up running this. He's going to kind of run like a little thing here, and he's going to clear out. And it just takes so long. They're trying to hit this void, which the void's there, and they've hit this 100 times. I mean, they've hit that I can't tell you how many times they've hit it, but when you're playing quarter, half, quarter, half. So when you're playing this, there's going to be a void in there if you clear this guy out. And they do that. The problem is from the back end of it, you see how deep and long that took that route to go. And, you just can't get – he got his hand – see how he gets his hand caught right there? Orlando Brown does. And then he gets stood up and pushed back. And it doesn't cause – that to be the sack, but it causes Browning to now run. Now, here's the point Browning's got to do. At this point, man, just throw it away. Just throw the ball away. Just get to the next down. Again, this was 3rd and 11. Maybe you're saying, you got to get all the way there. And again, this was in the third quarter. You already got the lead. Just throw that ball away, punt it away, give Darren Simmons some time on special teams to get some work in, and, it'd be good for him. This is what I call counter pass. You'll see here that now here's an interesting thing. I'll show you from the end zone. That is a humongous fullback, guys. You think anybody who's watched football, do you think he reported? If he didn't report, but he's gonna anyway. Talking about one of my old teams there in the Lions, but they're going to end up pulling a guy here. Now, the problem you got is you see that guy right there that's choked down in there. He's down in that area. The problem you're going to have is I'll show you he's leaving on the route. You're going to have to block everybody back at this point because you're not going to get that guy blocked. And I'll show you. This is what happens. That's why that guy's running scot-free. And that's why, you get that happen. Because what happens is you can see here he's stepping down and he's trying to step back, and they're really going to this guy. Well, the problem is now when this guy steps up in here, he's got to go here. He's got to go here. He's got to come all the way back to this guy if you still want to pull this guy. And, he's blocking here, and then he's stepping down. He's pulling and blocking him. But it'll be you'd have to – it's a tough block. And then he's coming back here, and he's got him, and you're kind of like – SOL if that guy blitzes. But again, you see good job by the fullback trying to pick this guy up, and then they let that guy go. So there's a lot of stuff kind of going on in this play. It happens. But again, it's one of those adjustments that when those guys kind of walk up in there, it's one of those things where you gotta make that adjustment. Now, this is later in the game. A.J. McCarron's in at quarterback, my guy. So what you do is you've got this what's called a load. You have 3 D linemen here, and you got a D lineman here. So you got 3 of them on this side of the center and 1 of them here. This is a linebacker. This is you can call him a safety, I guess. And then here's your other linebacker. And you got 5 guys here. He's going to leave on a route. So what you're saying here now is you should take these 5 guys, block these 5 guys. He's in protection. He's now got anybody else off this edge over here, and he's running a route. If that guy were to blitz, then just throw hot to this guy because nobody's covering him. But what they do is from this end, so they turn for some reason, and again, look who's in the game. This is the big thing. Not a starter. Not a starter. You see where I'm going with it. So what should really happen is they're turning the entire line as if these 4 guys are going to block these 4 guys. He's blocking him, and now you've got 2 on the back that's blocking with him leaving. So I know it's a lot going on. What I'm saying is block him out, put him here, put him here, put him here, him here. You're hot off of him because he's leaving on a route, and put him here. And you got the thing blocked up. But instead, they turn. Now you've got an add-on on 89 here, and you've got 2 on the protecting back, and your back is and your quarterback is on the ground. So, Casey, I'm not going to comment on the refs. Okay, I don't want to be fined. I'm here because they told me to be. I'm just kidding, or whatever the quote was by Marshawn Lynch. Now, moving on to good protection here. So this is still in pass protection, but moving on to good protection. This is a tough one now. I'll show you this from the end zone. So you've got D lineman, linebacker, safety. They're going to end up doing this. It's called 3 up the middle. So there's 1, 2, 3 up the middle. Now, I'm not sure how they pick this off because it looks to me like everybody's full sliding this way. Well, if they're doing that, Sample should be off the edge over here. Unless they knew something I didn't know. But this ended up being a heck of a pickup, man. Boom, on him. You got him coming back, and Sample's right here to pick that guy up. I mean, look at the protection. And then on top of that, look at the back shoulder right here to Yoshevas. Everybody's talking about, bam, look at that. Right up here. Look at that back shoulder. Perfect protection, great throw, good stuff. I mean, honestly, doesn't get much better than that. If again, I would love to talk to somebody who was part of this, or if they just fell into this, good for them. But great job picking that up. That honestly, if you asked most protection guys, that one right there in 6-man protection is one of the tougher ones to pick up, and it takes a lot of time and practice to get that picked up. So really good job there. Now moving on to Chase Brown. I think everybody really likes what you're seeing from Chase Brown. It's funny, when I was watching the game the other day and I saw this motion, I'm like, okay, there's Chase Brown. They're going to toss it to him, and sure enough, they toss it to him. Now, Tyler Boyd's job is now really to go pick off. If you looked at, I guarantee if you looked at the drawing, his job is to pick up the next guy right here, like the widest DB. But the problem is, see this guy chasing him? That guy's got him in man coverage. Well, that guy gets there before that guy does. So right here, just pick up the guy right here. Pick him up. Don't pass him off. I'm assuming he thought somebody else was getting him, but if he picks him off, then it's Chase Brown on the guy that's deeper here. But instead, I don't. There must have been some miscommunication right there. He doesn't like Chase Brown, one of the two. I would assume that's just a miscommunication. I highly doubt they're trying to bounty up their own guys. But you see how he's running across with him. So this is one of those things where, okay, you have another guy that just now showed up. You can't pass color up, is what you're saying. So there's the white color right there on the jersey, the orange color on the hat. Can't pass that color up when it comes into your zone. Go ahead and block him. Allow the deeper guy to have to play Chase Brown, because I'll show you on this next play. This next play, it might be the most impressive Chase Brown play of the year, in my opinion, honestly. And this is a pretty cool play. It's just a quick wham play. I love this play, but I want you to watch this. This is the hardest thing about all these wham plays. And if you see it from the end zone, he's going to block out. He's going to wham here. The problem is how do you get that guy? Well, if you got Chase Brown, you don't need anybody to get him. This is probably one of the most impressive ones I've seen from him this year. Literally one-on-one. That guy should all day make that play in the NFL. Like, that's what his job is as a safety, is to fill that gap, make that play. I mean, Cleveland actually has it played perfectly. But boom, man, look at that. That you see that right there, let me see if I can pause it. That right there. See that balance he has right there. He's sitting over he's balanced. He's not leaning back. He's sitting over his center of gravity, and boom, he's able to make that. And then not only that, he pops out of that thing and almost outruns the freaking defense here. I mean, he's a step off of getting past that guy. So, but that right there, man, I mean, honestly, that might be the best move that I've seen Chase Brown make. And that's some positivity going into next season with that kid right there. And I'm glad that that they got him. I mean, he's going to be a good player. Now, let's move on to Joe Mixon here. All right, Joe, first play of the game. All right, first play of the game. I really like this play, but I'm just going to let you watch it from this angle here, regular speed. I think when everybody saw that first play of the game, they're like, okay, going to be one of them days, man. Let's go. So you're talking about first play of the game, 18-yard pickup. But watch this play from this angle here. This is a pretty cool play. So they're actually running a tackle trap on the nose guard, and you don't see this very often. This play's actually meant to go through there, but watch what happens when these guys play over the top. He plays over the top. He's literally just stayed vertical on his path right here. He's just going to stay straight vertical right here. And I mean, really good job, really good scheme here. This actually shows back up here in a little bit. This is kind of the same play that Chase Brown had his play on. But looking at the next play, actually this is the same play that Chase Brown had right here. But if you watch this from the end zone, same play right here. It's a different formation, but it's the same wham play. But the problem is, man, when all these guys, if all these guys want to just go down in there, just build a wall right here. Just build a wall, and then see, he's going like right here, thinking he's going to hit right here. Well, he kind of gets stonewalled, and watch the move when he does this and gets vertical. Boom, get vertical, then get right back out there. 33's got no chance. Watching it from the sideline. Again, that little move right there, it got him to step up outside. You see that? That's where Joe's eyes are. Joe's feeling this block. His eyes are on this guy. The really, really good runners, the really, really good returners always have their eyes on the next guy. They're not necessarily just stuck on where they're at right there in front of them. They're feeling that. They feel that. Their eyes are really on that next guy. Once they make their initial read, get that guy to step up, boom, get going. And but again, Joe still got some juice, man. I mean, he's and again, whether or not this is his last game as a Bengal, yet to be seen. Now, I will say this. This is why I have a problem, and I've told guys that I've worked with before, when they have their undershirts hanging out. Look, if he doesn't have his undershirt hanging out, he might score. Look at it from this angle. Come on, Joe. Tuck your shirt in, bro. Got him by the shirt. He might score if he doesn't have that shirt if that shirt's tucked in. Come on, Joe. No, but in all seriousness, I think Joe still got some juice to him. I know running backs, you start looking at how much you're paying them when they get older and all that, but Joe's got some juice to him still, I believe. Now this is an outside zone, so he's going to run here. Again, I want you to watch the vertical, when he press it, vertical cut. And then again, getting like right here again, he makes this now get vertical. Cause again, where's the touchdown at? End zone's that way. You see some of these guys that they run 50 yards sideways and they gain 2. Well, gain as much as you can straight forward, but watch, you press, get these guys to run over the top. Boom, hit that thing right behind them. Great job. Really, really good job by these two guys right here. Running him by, getting up on him and letting him run by and then capturing him. See this capture right here? That right there is taught by Frank Pollock. The year I was with Frank, it's like, okay, if you can get him now, okay, you got a strong front side hand here. Get that backside hand here. Once he goes by, you capture him and take him by and secure him by there, and then there goes the runner. So really good job by that. Now this is everybody's gonna be like reminiscent of Cedric Benson back in the day when he used to run in the back of linemen. But here's what really good backs can do. sometimes you run into the back of your lineman, okay? Here's where Joe's trying to go. Joe's reading this guy. This is duo. Joe's reading this guy. Well, he goes here. Well, he feels right now that there's a guy here. So he was thinking, like, look, we're about to have this little lane right there, and I'm going to hit it. And that's what he's trying to do. You can see him right there. He's trying to get that lane right there. Problem is, he gets stuck. Well, I'm not sure what my man here is doing, but Joe hits this, and he says, okay, you know what? Cool. All you guys want to go in here? Well, I'm going to go out here. And there you go. And then again, you know, hey, big play. I mean, that to me, I mean, that's a 12-yard gain on a play that really, honestly, like a lot of times earlier in the year, might not have been that way. Here's that tackle trap again. Now this time it's Jonah Williams running. Tackle trap, boom, trying to hit this guy. I mean, keep coming back to it, man. I mean, if it ain't broke, now I don't, you know, pretty good little hole right there. But again, you see his eyes. He sees it. I'm not sure if he feels that, but again, you know, get vertical, get as much as you can. Because right here, he's like, okay, they got me. I'm going to get that way, see if I can't split them, and get as much as you can. Next one here. This is the very next play, okay? So these three plays are actually 3 plays in a row. So that was the first play. That was actually 1st and 20. So this was in the first quarter. That was a 1st and 20. All right, this is a 2nd and 7. Very next play. Again, it's duo again. Same play you saw earlier where he ran into the butt right there. But he pushes it up in there because, look, watch. All these guys want to jump down in here. Cool, I'll push it right here. Now watch how long he holds it. See how he jumps up in there? He jumps up in there and gets them to jump in there. And if he holds it probably another step, it might hold him just enough too. But he ends up bouncing this thing around, stiff arms this guy. Bam, get down, man. And almost gets in. But if you watch this from the end zone, he pushes it down in there. So his eyes initially were here, but then he sees, okay, there's a whole lot of nothing there. He sees everybody else kind of jumping inside. So cool. I'll take it outside. I'll put you on the ground. Now, very next play is 1st and goal from the 1. And they're running the toss play that you've seen 1,000 times. Now, I'm not 100% sure why he didn't just make that left-handed turn right there. You'll see it from this angle. You know, just make that left-handed turn right in there and just get in easier. But I guess he felt that right there. Still got in there. But point being, I mean, basically just said, all right, Joe, here we go. Does anybody notice anything about Joe's alignment right here? Does anybody notice anything about anybody else's alignment right here? There's your left tackle. That's Orlando Brown. Okay, he's aligned here. If you look at this from the sideline view, 61 I believe is eligible. He has to be eligible. Okay, so 61's eligible. Well, right here, so they did a tackle over, put Orlando Brown way over here. You see what it does to Cleveland? Look, Cleveland's confused. Look at them. They're trying to get everybody figured out. Like right now, I guarantee if you hit him and ran him on a corner, ain't nobody gonna cover 61. But again, that's some things that you can do when you bring him over like this. So again, that's what happens when you do that. Last one I got on Joe here for the offense for 2023 season. This is a 5-man pressure versus 5-man protection. It's a double team on Chase. Okay, you can see right here. Watch this. You can see he's eyeing Chase, and he's got him, and that takes your safety away again. Same stuff you saw earlier. Takes your safety away. Now you got a 5-man pressure, which means everybody else is 1-on-1. So he's got him. He's got to actually go over the top of all this crap to get to Joe because he's got him in coverage. So Joe runs this, throw it to him here, boom, get in, and then give him the money. Give him the money. Bam, bam, bam. There you go. So good for you, Joe. And again, 5-man pressure, man coverage. But the big thing is 51 had to run over the top of this guy. Good job by Joe to get in and then give it to him, Joe. Looks kind of cool when I got the rewind going there. That's what I got for the offense, man. I thought it was a pretty solid day for the offense. And again, when you put up 31 points, you're not really even trying, to be honest with you. But that's what happens when you're playing a team that's not, really playing their players. But that's what you're supposed to do. And again, they got good coaches on the staff at Cincinnati, and they're still doing what they're supposed to do. They're preparing them. They're getting them ready. Now moving to the defense, I do have a few things with the defense that I'm going to talk about. Sorry, just a second. What needs improvement, but again, this is going to be a pretty positive outlook for what the defense has done. A couple things need improvement. This is going to be a run to the right here. It's just an outside zone going this way, and this is quarters here. So what's going to happen is you got a guy that set the edge here. He set the edge. Now this guy's got to come up and he's got to set the next edge. Well, when that guy goes in to do that, it's crack replace. Everybody's kind of heard the term crack replace. He comes in to crack this guy. He's got to come up and replace that guy. And you see the corner right there doesn't really, I'm not sure exactly what he's looking at, but, once he goes in to block him, he's got to go up there as well. So, that's why that play wasn't, there's some things I think, and again, DJ Turner is a rookie. Battle is a rookie. You got rookies right here that aren't rookies anymore, obviously, and it's going to be good for them. I mean, this kind of stuff is good for them. They can learn to get better over time. And again, it's, if you're gonna get beat or whatever the case is, again, they look maybe confused right there. It looks like he's playing man on 19, and it might have been. Again, I'm not in their meeting rooms, but it is what it is. Now, looking at this one here, this is 4th and 4. This is towards the end of the game, guys. So, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know who that corner is right there. It looks like he's wearing 24. It looks like Pac-Man. I don't know if Pac-Man slipped in there somewhere, man. That would be pretty cool if they said, "Hey, Pac, come play one last game, man." But again, right here, you can see right here, this is just a sail route with a corner, sail, flat. You got a guy coming across here, and right here, when you're playing it, what looks to me like cover 3, this corner has got to play the as deep as he can right here. Sidney Jones, so I tell you what, Sidney Jones and Pac-Man, boy, they look a lot alike out there with that 24 on. But you can see here, DJ Turner's, he's got to stay deeper than the deepest. And again, the safety's got to take just a little bit better angle, but they let him get behind him right there in a zone coverage. And and again, that's a pretty good throw by Jeff Driscoll, which, by the way, Jeff Driscoll, for y'all that have forgotten about him, he actually started, I want to say, 3 to 5 games at the end of the 2018 season, Marvin's last season. Andy got hurt, and Jeff Driscoll came in, finished out the season, played pretty well for what we asked him to do. And then I went to Detroit, and he actually came in and started a few games in Detroit after Stafford got hurt. So I've actually been around this guy quite a bit. Really good dude, great family. Good to see him still being able to come out and play. I know this game was meaningless in a lot of ways, but it was not meaningless for him, I can guarantee you. But good throw by him. But that was 4th and 4. Again, the last one I got here on the needs improvement. This is a version of cover 2. So he's over the top. He's playing cloud. Now, once he sees the ball thrown, he's going to try to come back and play underneath this. Problem is, you got to take a better angle here. You watch the angle that he takes. He takes just a little bit too high of an angle. Now, again, he's not getting beat over the top, I'll tell you that much. And again, here's 24 right here. And just now, at this point, you got to get him down. You cannot let him score. You can't let him get in there. But that's a whole shot, good throw. But again, that play should. And again, I think these guys too, man. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, Dax Hill might be thinking too, I could go decapitate this guy, but I'm going to lose my entire game check on this game. May have been his thought process. If it was, business decision, understood. I don't think anybody wants to get fined $23,000 when there's nobody in the stands to watch you get fined $23,000. Now, good coverage. Let's talk some good coverage. Now, this actually was a 2nd and 1, and Jeff Driscoll, I'm going to show you. Jeff Driscoll ends up getting I don't know, man, like 14 yards or something. But I just want you to watch the coverage though. There's really nowhere to go. I mean, he's sitting perfectly where you're forcing him. If he does throw it here, you go here. You go here. I mean, you got this thing covered. And all this is really just, it's deep hank is what it's called. He's sitting deep. He's running a curl. And then you got guys in the flat. And in all reality, they got this thing covered. And, you know, that's something in the past. And again, watch this. One of the big things I want to point out was this right here. If he decided to go up and try to make this tackle, it's an even bigger play right here. It may be an even bigger play right there. But they stayed in coverage. They did what they were supposed to do. Let him beat you every once in a while, but don't get beat on the big throw, because that's where the big plays have come back to haunt these guys a little bit. Now, looking at this one right here. Now, this is Pratt. Now, what this is this is going to be what I call a rail route. So the back's going to do this. He's going to kind of run in here and try to pick off the guy covering him. Well, the guy covering him is going to be right here. And you can see right here, he runs underneath. So he's going to be chasing this guy right here. It's going to look like that. This is what you're looking now to throw this over the top as the quarterback. Once you see that he's actually chasing, you're thinking the running back's faster than the linebacker. But watch right here. Watch right here what Pratt does. He's running alongside him, and then he gets to this point. He see when the hands come up, he puts his hand out. Watch this from this angle here. Hands come up, his hand goes out, because he's obviously right now he's got his back to this. You know what I'm saying? So he can't see, but he could see when those hands go up. That's a really good job of coverage by Pratt right there. Now, talking about the interceptions, again, we talked about. I mentioned to you earlier. I called it Charlie pass or counter pass. Again, here's another version of it. Here's Cleveland running it, and they're going to block here again. It's same thought process that the Bengals had, and right here you got the same issue that the Bengals had. You got your puller comes in here, hits this guy. Well, he ends up pushing up, and that's Joseph Osai. Ends up getting in the face of Driscoll right here, causes a bad throw, and there's Logan Wilson to catch the pop-up. And at this point right here, you know, this was second quarter. What was the score here? This was kind of like, this was kind of like the nail in the coffin right here. You know, as Dan Horde would say. But you can see Osai right here comes up, gets in his face, and it's just enough. I mean, if he's half a second later than that, that's that pass might be completed right there. Whole different story. So good play by Osai right there. Logan Wilson, good play being there. Now, this is Jordan Battle. And again, this is just an overthrow. This is just a go route, just an overthrow here. I want to make a point of that play that this kid made here, not only to catch it, but to get his feet in. Toe drag swag right there. You can see right here from this angle. Now, again, look what maybe forces a little bit of an overthrow. Hendrickson right here gets in there, gets in his face. But again, the fact that he got those feet in like that, for that being a rookie safety, that's a big time play. Big time play. Again, there's some stuff here to be positive about going into the offseason. Now, the final three plays I got are the sacks. This is Jordan Battle again. So all this is just a simple free safety blitz, inside free safety blitz. I mean, it doesn't get much simpler than this. Now, what happens is you see he kicks to here. He should be here. 84, the tight end, is actually releasing. Well, Miles Murphy does what I've called a butch. He actually is trying to hit this guy, butch him on the way out. See, maybe he's not. Maybe he's just trying to get around him. I don't know, but you should be here. 69 should then keep coming to pick up 99. Well, I guess this guy thought, cool, 69's got him, so I'm going to go back and help him, and nobody stayed on the little guy. we don't need to block the little guy. Good job with some pass rush moves right there, man. Maybe if Battle can't make it in the secondary, you move him down to 3 technique and let Battle come down and battle his way into a 3 technique. I thought that was a pretty good job by that. I know it's a little bit of a mess up, but still. All right, so this is a tight end screen. So he's setting back, and you're trying to get this DN to rush past. And then you turn around, you catch the ball right here, and then everybody gets out and blocks in front of you. What happens here, though, Miles Murphy doesn't really rush. You know what I'm saying? He sees it like, okay, he hits, and then he's like, oh, crap. This is called retracing. So when you hit a guy like this and you realize it's a screen or a draw, you retrace your steps and you go back. And that was really good because it forced – you see how it forced Driscoll now to look over here and, okay, I'm going to throw this. Well, shoot, there's a guy here and there's a guy here. I'm not going to throw it. And Sam Hubbard ended up getting the reward of it. And, again, here goes, your pullers. Not a very good job by 68. He should be able to, fend off Hubbard right here. But he's thinking also it's a screen too. This ball should be gone. But good job by Hubbard keeping coming, finishing it off. Last one I got, Hendrickson obviously did not get the sack title for the year, but came pretty close, man. One of the best free agent signings they've had in a while. Really, this is just cover one. You can see, it's just man coverage across the board. He's got the back. He's here, and then you're bringing a thief or a robber down in there. And what it does is you see he's looking for somebody to throw to. Nobody to throw to, man. Good coverage. Really, really good coverage. They're trying to throw trying to run the little slot fade here. Nowhere to throw to. When that's the case, again, we saw this with B.J. Hill and Hubbard and Hendrickson, those guys. Like when you come up like this and come under like that and watch over here, you just get your normal good old run around by Hendrickson. So Hendrickson got him. Now, Driscoll's a large man. Driscoll's about 6'5", 240. I mean, he's a big man. I'm not sure if he's 240 anymore. He was at one point. Very large man. They moved him to tight end at one point in Houston. But again, didn't get him down, and that's how B.J. Hill got the second half of that sack. But again, that little move there that they've been doing all year, I mean, that's been killing folks in the pass rush. So, again, good job by the pass rush. I thought the pass rush wasn't what people thought it was going to be all year, but they did some things. There were some things to be proud of there. Now, on my looking forward section here, season's over. Not much to look forward to in the season, but there's going to be a million mock drafts out there. They're all going to be incorrect. Okay, just so remember that. They're all going to be incorrect. But y'all enjoy that. Again, I want to thank everybody at Chatterbox Sports having me a part of this season. Really do appreciate it. Obviously, not going to be any more games to break down for this season. I wish all of y'all, a great 2024. Casey back in Cincinnati running things from the back end here. I believe he's in there arguing with everybody, which is good. Casey, keep it up. But Reed, Elliot, Tom, everybody back at Chatterbox Sports. Trace, can't thank you enough for giving me that call to bring me on here and do this. Been a really cool season for me to be able to do this. And if you get a chance, go watch Off the Bench every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern on Chatterbox Sports YouTube page. And again, I wish everybody the very best, and I will see you at some point in the future. Thank y'all.